Hey yo, what's poppin' Minecraft gamers, and welcome back to a brand new Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video. And in today's Duel Links video, I'm going to be showcasing to you guys the Toxic Harpies deck. This deck, when you see this deck play, especially for me because I'm a terrible duelist, you will actually get herpes. I am sorry guys, it just is what it is, but I gotta make content somehow, so this is just a sacrifice you, the viewer, is gonna have to make. Anyways though, this deck right here is a mix of the new Harpy support that we got from the newest box Sign of Harpies, and on top of that, sprinkling in Koa'ki Meiru Maximus, a old card, an old friend to some, a devil to others. This card right here is making a small comeback with this deck right here. Here's the deck list that I got this from duellinksmeta.com. I'll put the link in the description down below so you guys can go take a look for this yourself. I made some adjustments to this deck because I didn't really like running Treacherous Trap Hole and Forbidden Lands. Those two cards I just don't like using that much. So I'm rocking Venus Chain and Enemy Controller. But still, if you know how to play Lance, play Lance. It's a really good card, especially in Harpies. And yeah, this is going to be kind of the point of today's video, is just bringing back Koa'ki Meiru Maximus back into Duel Links. Now, the thing with this deck right here is while all the duel replays I will showcase to you guys are all just wins, this deck does brick a lot. Kind of the main objective is to go into the Harpy Channeler combo to get into Cyber/Harpy Lady and then trigger the board to summon or activate Harpy's Feather Rest to draw a bunch of cards. By the time you do all these combos, you will have enough resources to get Maximus and get your board all set up, which you'll see in the replays if you don't know what I'm talking about. But this deck can tend to brick really bad because you either only draw into Maximus and you kind of want to draw into him later in the game, or you'll only draw into just a bunch of your spell cards. Like you draw into a Koa'ki Meiru card, you draw into an Elegant Egotist and none of your Harpy Ladies. Like, bricks can happen with this deck. Bricks can easily happen. Don't be surprised if that does happen. And due to that, this deck, so far I've had mixed results. It's a fun deck to play, but it hasn't been that consistent. So I don't think this will be like the tiered version of Harpies that you'll be seeing in PvP. But still, I wanted to showcase this deck, so that's a little different from what you guys have been probably seeing in your YouTube sub feed if you're subscribed to multiple Duel Links content creators. And this deck is actually a lot of fun to play. It's a nice little spicy deck to just have some fun with and summon a bunch of cool stuff onto the field. It's like two engines mixed into one, basically. But today's video, I'm going to showcase to you guys a ton of duel replays, and let's just go hop into it. Keep in mind, though, that some of the plays you will see in today's video are just so stupid, and I'll explain them when it happens, but let's go hop into it. So in this first duel replay, we're going to be going against a Zane Truesdale and a good old platinum rank, my boy N Hero. We're going to be going first, and if this guy wins, he'll gain a rank, but we're going to stop this from happening. We're going to go and summon into Harpy Perfumer. This card, when you summon it onto the field, you can actually search for a Harpy spell card, and if there is a 5 or higher Harpy monster on the field, you get to search for 2 Harpy cards, which is really cool. What we do next is activate Elegant Egotist to special summon into Harpy Lady number uno, and this is going to help us go into the synchro summon of our new synchro monster in Duel Links, Cyber/Harpy Lady. This card is actually insane, and it's an extremely good card. It is a generic level 8 monster that you can utilize in decks that is not just Harpy decks, but if you do play this in a Harpy deck, if you do not have a tuner already on the field, you can utilize one of your Harpy monsters as a tuner, and it just helps you to go for a free synchro summon into this card right here. And what's really cool about the new Harpy support that we got in the new box, this deck is now an engine to go into powerful rank 4 Xyz monsters and a powerful level 8 synchro monster, Cyber/Harpy Lady, because when a spell and trap card is activated, if you either activate the effective one or your opponent does, you can trigger Cyber/Harpy's effect to return a monster your opponent controls back to their hand, or one of your own Harpy cards back to your hand. So if you want to recycle your Harpy monsters, if your opponent has no cards in their hand, or avoid making those Harpy monsters just get destroyed by an effect, you can do that too. So this card is fantastic, and I actually like it a lot. It's a really good rank 8 or level 8 synchro monster. Next up, though, our opponent's going to activate Cyber Dragon Core and activate Veer, and then he's going to search for Cybernetic Overflow, and he's going to set 3 cards right here. And this guy was so toxic. I was not a fan of dealing with this 3 back row. Another thing this deck has a hard time dealing with is back row. Back row can kind of mess up this deck pretty bad, but we summon it to Harpy Perfumer, trigger its ability. Our opponent's going to chain Cybernetic Overflow, and then I chain my Cyber/Harpy's effect to the responsive overflow because I at least wanted to get rid of one of his, or just return one of his cards back to his hand. And then he panics and activates Cyberload Fusion. Because hindsight 2020, I don't think activating Harpy Lady's effect was going to do anything because of the fact that you can just destroy Cyber Dragons from your hand with Overflow to pop cards with Overflow. So even if I sent back a Cyber Dragon monster, his Cyber Dragon monster back to his hand, it wouldn't do anything, but he panicked and triggers Overload Fusion, and this actually works out for me because of the whole chain sequence here. Since he chained it to my Harpy Lady, the Rampage Dragon getting fusion summoned goes first, and then what I do is I get to search for my Elegant Egotist, and then just everything that was about to happen just stopped happening. Like the overflow wasn't able to trigger, and my Cyber Slash Harpy wasn't actually able to trigger. So that happened right there, and then I'm sitting in this duel like, oh, okay, because I low-key still don't know what happened there with the chain. You guys can explain that in the comment section down below if you know, but it works out for me that this happened because I get to search for some more cards, and I'm going to be able to go into a Xyz summon, I believe what I do here. I go into the Xyz summon Black Shadow Corm. I wish I didn't do this though, because I was actually going to be able to OTK my opponent if I went into that rank 4 spider monster that'll pop up on the screen right now. This card, I would have been able to banish his Cyber Dragon and then win the duel right away here. But I'm dumb. I'm a very bad duelist. It's also currently 2:30 a.m. and I got all these duel replays at like 1 a.m. barely paying attention to what I was doing. So that's basically why all the duel replays you're going to see in today's video are just absolutely ridiculous. But there's still some fun wins. Like I'm okay with showcasing these goofy replays just because of the fact that these are just some fun shenanigans that happen here. Just a little bit different compared to your normal Duel Links content creator. But anyways, our opponent summons to Rampage Dragon. Summons in a defense position because he feels like it. Pops our back row. Can't do nothing though. And we just basically get the win right here. We get rid of his monster and then attack for game. He activates Crystal Avatar, but it doesn't matter. Again, if I summon it to the other Xyz monster, we would have been able to OTK from there. So everything that Mr. Zane did in that turn that I wasn't commentating, it didn't matter because we still won, and that's what matters here. Let's go, boys and girls. Let's go, boys and girls. Next up, we're going against another Zane. Zane has been very popular in Platinum rank ever since the rank reset, and I've been going against a lot of Zanes recently, but this guy is Zaber, and let's see what this guy has up his sleeve. Good normal summon Cyber Dragon Core, trigger Veer's effect to special summon Veer onto the field. Big Pog Champs, let's go. Searches for Cybernetic Overflow, what a surprise. Who would have thought? Not me. Summon it to Channeler. Now, Channeler is really cool right here. So, Channeler is a very core card for Harpies, and if you don't have 3 copies of Channeler, you're definitely going to want to get 3 copies of Channeler. You can do a lot of really cool things with this card alone. So, what I did right here is I summoned Harpy Channeler and utilized its ability to special summon another Harpy monster. And with the combo that you can do right here is that you can summon Channeler, activate its effect to discard a Harpy card to the graveyard to then special summon Harpy Perfumer onto your field. Harpy Perfumer's effect's going to trigger where it's going to allow you to search for a Harpy spell card in your or from your deck to your hand. Now, a lot of people, and you're going to see this later on in my video, there's a lot of people that have actually been comboing level augmentation with Harpy Channeler, because you can use level augmentation before you pitch that Harpy card to trigger its effect to give Harpy Channeler a higher level than level 4, so you can turn it into a level 8. And once you turn Harpy Channeler into a level 8, when you special summon Perfumer through Harpy Channeler's effect, you're actually going to be able to draw 2 cards instead of 1, which is really, really huge. But we only do this play right here. I didn't level augmentate here. We do still trigger Harpy's Feather Rest, and we're able to draw 2 cards with Harpy's Feather Rest because we had a 5 or higher Cyber Slash Harp, or we had a 5 or higher Harpy Lady onto the field. So we get to draw for 2 cards after shuffling 3 Harpy Ladies from a graveyard into the deck. And then what we do right here is we activate Diamond Core of the Koa'ki Meiru, search for our good old Maximus. Unfortunately, Maximus is going to have to lay dormant for a little bit here. But we do summon it to Harpy Lady Uno. Cybernetic Overflow is going to trigger. We're going to chain Harpy Lady's effect right here, but it doesn't matter too much. We only lose 1 monster though, which is better than 2. Next up though, our opponent is actually going to activate Cyberload Fusion, summon it to Rampage Dragon, and that's when my good old Fiendish Chain came through and stopped this man from doing some shenanigans here. Next up, we go and draw our card here. We activate Perfumer's effect to search for Elegant Egotist. And then we go into the Synchro Summon of Cyber Slash Harpy Lady once more. Activate Elegant Egotist and Special Summon Harpy Lady number Uno. And then we trigger Feather Rest. And then I think I do get into Koa'ki Meiru here. I'm trying to remember. I do. I Special Summon Koa'ki Meiru, pop the opponent's back row, activate my Diamond Core to protect my Koa'ki Meiru, and we just go for game right here. So Maximus was a little dormant, but we were able to special summon him and just BM our opponent, which is very nice. Next up, we're going against a Tori, and I honestly forgot that I went against a Tori, but now thinking about it, I think this person played Rikka as that fairy deck that's came out recently, so that's cool. Don't know how to pronounce this person's name. They're from Japan, though, which is cool. And we got a pretty interesting hand here. So they're going to activate Rikka Glamar and search for Primula. And then they're going to go summon Primula onto the field and trigger Rikka Fairy's effect to summon it onto the field by sacrificing that 4-star that they summoned. To do some other searching, I really don't know what's going on. But what I do here is that I activate my Diamond Core Koa'ki Meiru to search for my Iron Core. Next up, I summon into Harpy Perfumer and search for Harpy's Feather Rest. I could have level augmented here to search for 2, but I didn't really think it would be a big deal, especially because I would much rather have 2 level 4s on the field to go into a rank 4 play or into a Xyz play, which I do right here to go into Malevolent Sin. Next up, we're going to go activate our special summon, our Maximus, and then just attack for game right here. Again, my opponent really didn't do too much with the Rikkas. Unfortunately, they didn't really get the pop off, and that just got me the win because I was able to summon the demon himself, Maximus, and this creepy looking spider, Malevolent Sin. So I don't know, bro. Harpies are infected here, boys, but easy dubs, easy claps. Next up, we're going against a Carly Carmine, and this was another Japan player that I went against. And let's see what happens in this duel right here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So our opponent, he's going to first activate Draw Loan, which gets to add Lucky Loan to hand. And then next up, they're going to summon Witchcrafter and activate its ability to special summon into Madame Verde. Very toxic. Not a fan to see this toxic deck here, I'm not going to lie. Witchcrafters was a deck that I just did not like going against. They're going to do the Witchcrafter plays, recycling the spell cards, and going to back to the hand. So it's our turn now. We're going to activate our Diamond Core Koa'ki Meiru to search for Maximus. And then we're going to activate our second Diamond Core to search for Iron Core here. And then we're going to special summon Maximus onto the field and bait out our opponent's Verde to trigger its ability to negate effects because it can only do it once per turn. This is going to give us the window to activate into Harpy Perfumer safely, activate Elegant Egotist, and then summon into our Harpy Lady in number 1. Then I do an Unga Boonga play, and Econ take my opponent's Verde, and then what I do right here is go into the Xyz summon of Heretic Sun Dragon Overlord, because why not? I'm just built different. Okay, and then for this part right here, I gotta like rewind the dual replay and put it at the ×2 speed, because there's this weird glitch that happens that after I had Xyz summon here, the dual replay will not continue, but like you saw already, I went to the Xyz summon after utilizing enemy controller, and then from here, I just attack for game. But yeah, there's this weird glitch that every time I tried to record this dual commentary, my screen would just continuously load and load and load and nothing would happen. But yeah, right afterwards, I just basically won the duel after I summoned into Sun Dragon, which is very, very cool. Very cool plays right there. I love to see it. Next up, we're going to be going against a Yami Yugi. I believe his name was AB. And let's go see what this guy has up his sleeve. So he's going to be going first. And I forgot what deck he was playing, but we're going to find out soon. Oh, yeah. This was an Aromage player. And I just smacked this Aromage player up silly. It was awesome. So he's going to summon Jasmine and summon into Rosemary. We're going to activate Diamond Core Koa'ki Meiru to search for Maximus. And then next up, we're going to summon it into Channeler and trigger its ability to summon into Perfumer. And use Perfumer's effect to search for Harpy's Feather Rest. Again, I probably should have level augmented here, but it's going to work out in the end. We're going to summon into Cyber/Harpy Lady. We're going to activate Harpy's Feather Rest. We're going to shuffle our 3 Harpies from our graveyard into the deck to trigger Feather Rest's ability. Search for or draw 2 cards. Draw into Diamond Core. Search for Iron Core after activating Diamond Core's effect. Next up right here, one thing that's really cool is, like I said, Cyber/'s ability will trigger after you activate a spell and trap card. So you don't need to like play one. As long as you just activate an effect from anywhere on the field, you can trigger Cyber/Harpy Lady's ability. So when I was activating Diamond Core Koa'ki Meiru to protect my Koa'ki Meirus from getting destroyed, it also had the secondary effect of allowing me to trigger Cyber/'s ability. So I returned Rosemary back to the hand, summon it to Maximus, pop the Dried Winds. Dried Winds ain't doing nothing here. We attack and we attack. Easy dub. Let's go. Maximus combined with Cyber/Harpy Lady. Super spicy. Super spicy. Next up, we're going against another Yami Yugi, and this time we win. We gain a rank. Pog Champ. Their opponent is going to be going first, and he just ends his turn immediately. We activate Diamond Core Koa'ki Meiru, search for Iron Core. Next up, we activate Channeler, and then use level augmentation to boost Channeler up to level 8. We trigger Channeler's effect to special summon into Perfumer, search for 2 cards due to the fact that we have a 5 or higher Harpy Lady on the field. Activate Elegant Egotist, go into the Synchro Summon of Cyber/Harpy Lady, and then we activate Diamond Core's effect. And then we activate Harpy's Feather Rest, set a card face down, and we just have a free field right here. We attack directly for the 14 hundo. Kribo's going to protect him for 1 attack, but he didn't have a second Kribo in hand, so Yugi took the fat L. This is just a cool dual replay to show you guys that you can do these crazy combos with this deck. Like that level augmentation combo is honestly really spicy. You get so much advantage out of it as long as your opponent doesn't have anything to stop you, which is why I say that this deck isn't the most consistent deck in the world. Like, again, I'm only showing you guys dual replays because those are fun to watch. But yeah, this deck can be very inconsistent. I've had many times where I would just brick and nothing would happen, and it's very, very, very frustrating. Now, the last duel I'm going to showcase to you guys right here is just stupidity. It is the most dumb duel that I did. I was so zoned out in this duel. I was literally just gaming like this pretty much the entire time. So I was barely paying attention to this duel, and the fact that I won this duel is honestly really bad. Anyways, we're going against super heavy samurais here, and he special summons the level 5 guy. We activate Diamond Core to search for Maximus, and then we activate or summon in Superfumer, search for Harpies Featheress because we already have Elegant Egotist, and then we go and activate Elegant Egotist to then summon into Harpy Lady Uno, and then go into Cyber / Harpy Lady PogChamper. First mistake that I do right here, he summons in the Flutist, I trigger Fiendish Chain, and whoa! Would you look at this? Would you look at this? I activated Fiendish Chain, and what did I activate Fiendish Chain onto? I activated it into Cyber Harpy right here. Wow, great moves. Keep it up. Oh my goodness, like I don't know what I was doing here, but that was the first mistake. I was already done to retire with this duel after I did that mistake, but I didn't instantly surrender, and this is why you never surrender, kids, because I still somehow won this duel, and that's why you're seeing this duel replay. But that was first mistake number uno. I chained Fiendish Chain on my own monster. I guess I just had a handicap Cyber Slash. I mean, what can I say? Anyways, this guy's going to do some other effects right here. He's going to continue to pop off. Also, another thing, too, I have no clue why I tried to chain into his, what is it called? His Flutist. There's no reason for me to do it. Anyways, he destroys my Harpy Lady, so he got rid of my monstrosity there. So we're just going to pretend like I never Fiendish Chained my own monster. We go into the combo to summon a new, fresh Cyber / Harpy Lady, fresh from the shop. Activate the Harpy Featheress to then draw 2 cards. And fortunately, I drew into Iron Core to summon it to Maximus. We're going to trigger Maximus and try to destroy our opponent's card. But unfortunately, he had a negate in his graveyard, so he negated my Maximus. And mistake number 2, some of you guys may or may not notice this, but I actually had a Diamond Core in my graveyard that I should have activated in the first place, because 1, it would have protected my Maximus, and 2, I could have utilized it to return his what's it called, his Stealth Ninja back to his hand. But again, you saw me chain my what's it called, you literally saw me chain myself with it, so like what can I say? But yeah, you already saw me chain Fiendish Chain to my Cyber / Harpy Lady earlier in this duel, so you're not surprised that I didn't activate my Diamond Core when I should have, because again, I could have returned his monster back to his hand and protected my Maximus here. Down bad, bro. I'm down bad. Anyways, though, he's going to activate his Soul Horns right here. We trigger our Fiendish Chain, this time utilizing Fiendish Chain to our advantage to being able to return his Stealth Ninja. So even though I targeted his Stealth Ninja with Fiendish Chain, I was like, I might as well just get rid of it altogether with Cyber / Harpy Lady, which I did right there. And then we go into our Channeler, and then we're going to go into the Xyz summon into Mavlid Sin. And is it going to do the glitch again? It did not do the glitch again. Sweet. Anyways, we try to go for the direct attack here, but of course he had a Hadokairoid, so we weren't able to finish him off. And due to that, he's able to summon back his monster because of Sin. Sin's effect allows him to bring it back to his field in the standby phase. This is going to give him some advantage to, I think, go into another Synchro Summon if I'm not mistaken. He's going to do some plays here, special summon some stuff, and then he's going to go into this play of Stealth Ninja. He attacks into my Spider, and then from here, I draw into Channeler, trigger my Diamond Core, play Cyber / Harpy Lady's effect, return his card back to his deck, and then I attack for game. So somehow won this duel after making 3 to 4 crucial misplays that would have cost me the duel. But at the end of the day, the Cyrus / waifu, I don't know if I really would call it a waifu. I'm not too sure how I feel about the whole, like, you know, claws and the wings and all that stuff. But for today, it's the waifu. And I was able to get a dub with it, so shout outs to the waifu. And yeah, that's it for today's train wreck of a video, but still, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And while I wasn't really able to like showcase how competitively good this deck is, I still hope you guys learned something new in today's video, and hopefully maybe pick up this deck right here, because I think in the right hands, this deck could be really good. I just don't think I'm the person for it, that's for sure. But still, hope you guys enjoyed this Duel Links video. If you guys did, leave a like in the video down below, and be sure to subscribe to the channel for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Related content. Other than that, that's going to be it for me. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.